Mic check. Oh, someone guessed it? What's up, man? Maybe. Well, not exactly GT4, but close enough. Close enough. I was supposed to make some announcements on Instagram today, but we're just making some adjustments to the post itself. But yes, we are going to prepare in the simulator in VR as much as possible to some GT4 like driving in real life very soon, and that is why I am number one using VR more a little bit. Number two, because it's fun. Still looking to optimize a little bit my VR experience. Like it's
Oh shit, it's
sometimes
Twilio.
it looks
Love
a
your
little bit
videos,
choppy.
man.
What's up, man? Thank you. Let's go. Are you gonna do some official races? Yeah. I'm thinking maybe even today. Let's see. I'm gonna do a few laps here. See how this feels. I need to get a little bit more consistent. I never drove this combo before, so we're about to see how competitive I am. Let's go. Thanks, man. Let's go. Damn, I really don't remember this track. Okay, triple left into tighter long right. Very dirty, lots of debris. A little bit less grip on the exit. Then we have a fast right into left into fast right. Also flat exit. Let me let this guy go. I'm gonna try to follow him. What do we have here? Alright. Fast right, very fast right, fourth gear into hard braking, probably second. Tight corner, let's go. Very tight track for anything faster than GT4, I guess. It doesn't look so tight. Just lots of corners, but like, hey, they race F1 in Monaco, so. Alright. I shouldn't follow this guy. I think he knows as much as I do. Long left, second gear. Good grip on early exit, low grip on late exit. What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well too, man. We're just learning the track here. There's a race in 30 minutes. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, but let's see. Let's see. I'm also having a little bit of a stuttering. Gotta do something with my settings here. It's not really like lag. There's no lag. It's like the FPS is locked. It's just that it's stuttering a little bit, so it might have to do with the settings. I don't know if you guys noticed any kind of stuttering there. It might be good there. So these guys go. So again, this is the end of the lap. Fast right into slow right. Gotta change a few things here. Gotta move this just a little bit. Gonna make it smaller. That's perfect. And I'm going to... I think that's it. You guys can see the mirror, right? I also want to kind of move your chat a little bit further. I caught myself kind of having to look down to read chat, so that's not ideal. Alright, that's better. Saudades do Brasil? Não. Acabei de voltar de lá. Tô bem. Love to see you streaming and driving more. Thanks, man. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, I'm talking a lot and I'm not driving. Oh, how did the guys just spin on... Oh. And I gotta do something about this. I don't know, maybe it's NVIDIA surround. I'm gonna do some more testing, but I just wanted to stream to see if you can see everything right. And also to do some driving. I've got to practice. I've got some real life racing this year. I'm driving a pretty loose setup. If I really want to spin here, I can just sneeze and the car will spin. It seems like everything's a little bit too bright. I gotta fix this. I can barely see the track. It's probably some settings with the gamma. Let's take a look at that. Wait, let's go all the way here. Let's go back a little bit. This is the brightness here that I don't like. So you can fix this by going to graphics, not graphics, display. The brightness is at 13 for some reason. It's kind of better, but not really. Is it the gamma? I think I have to actually increase the gamma. Let me decrease the brightness and increase the gamma. It's at 10. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Maybe it's just the track. I don't know. Where and what are you racing this year? I'm racing in Italy. I'm racing in a car that is actually faster than a GT4. And I'm racing with a very, very, very famous driver as a teammate. And we have an announcement coming out on Instagram like tomorrow. It was supposed to be today. And we had to... that guy just... had a hard time there at turn 1. I really am getting some weird stuttering issue. I don't know what it is. There's something with the settings that I got wrong for some reason. Okay, when you maxed out the FPS, you stopped having stutters. Is it with Alberto Nasca maybe? Maybe it is. Loose hands. Yeah, let me actually increase the force feedback here. Yeah, it's set up for the Ferrari challenge. I was in Japan this week. Actually, for the second time this year I went to Japan. This is way too dark now. Oh my god. Alright, let's increase the brightness again. Oh, that's my problem. I wasn't increasing the gamma. I was increasing the contrast. No one told me anything. That didn't help. I don't know what's going on with this, man. I'm gonna decrease the contrast, increase the brightness and the gamma. Let's see if this helps. Whatever it is. Osh's Leben is 30.6, a good lap. The guys here are doing 34, 33, 31, 31.2, 31.0. Let's see if we can beat that, because I have been just talking to you and not actually doing any driving. I'm experiencing some stuttering issues here because I probably messed up some of the settings when I switched back from... I always get a slowdown coming out of pits. Switching back from triples to VR. Everything is so dark now. Can you guys even see this? Is it too dark for you or is it fine? Let this guy here. Yeah, maybe the session is ending soon. Alright, let's try to follow him. Never mind. It looks like everyone's lost in this track. Look at that. Yeah, it's a bit too dark, right? I don't know why. Is it really the time? How long? Yeah, the session is ending in 20 seconds. That's why. That's the problem here, guys. I was really thinking there was something wrong with the settings. It's just that it's getting actually like dark. All right, let's get something else here real quick. It was definitely not. It was definitely not morning before. Transform 3 said, in my experience, this is a low minimum speed track. All about entering fast, getting it stopped, and getting on throttle early. I mean, that's kind of like what you should do in all corners. The adjustments you need to do between corners in tracks are actually way more subtle than people think. Let me see if I can do something here real quick. I'm gonna move this up. Yeah, let's do this real quick. Let me just reopen the game because this one is way too
Damn, Billy.
too dark for my taste. I'll increase this even a little bit more just in case. This all this seem right, like it's supposed to. It's actually the GPU usage is really low, so we don't have any issue with the GPU or the load or anything. It's just settings, but I don't know exactly what is the issue. It might be something with NVIDIA, so I'm gonna have to play with it, but I'm not gonna do that now. I want to do some laps. Join another session here real quick. How's everyone doing? What have you guys been driving? Anyone doing the MX5 League in the Amateur Racing Academy? We have like 200 drivers every Saturday going on there. I was supposed to join the race this Saturday. Probably won't be able to join because there's a lot of coaching stacking up right now. Okay, let's see. Ends in 58 minutes. Ends in 1 hour. Let's do this one. Yeah, there's a race starting in 5 minutes, but like I definitely don't even know where to break in this track. We're gonna learn the track together here now. VR immersion makes you lose yourself and forget you're not in the car. Big issue if the finicky. It's really mostly about getting it right once and then not touching it anymore. And like if you get the settings right, it really feels amazing. But you have to get it right. If you don't get it right, then you experience what I'm experiencing here right now. But it doesn't come back to it when you fix it. That's the thing. I don't know if it's something related to OBS picking up the. Actually, probably not. OBS is honestly only taking the screen recording, like the screen capture from the monitor. So there's not a lot of load going on in the GPU for that, or in OBS for that. I'm using 75 hertz right now. To be honest, I was getting such a crazy good experience with 75 hertz on the big screen beyond, but now so the reason I think it's not a GPU problem is that I already had a nice no stuttery experience before, so it might be something just with like optimization of settings. because I already had 75 hertz feeling amazing. Let's see right now. All right, time to actually drive and learn this track. Someone did a 30 point something, right? So we're gonna aim for 30s. Let's see. It hurts to set down the settings. I mean, it's not down. It still looks good, and the settings are decent, you know. All right, let's go. Let's focus here. Everything seems to be working fine. We can see the track because the sun has not set yet. So let's go. All right, let's go. Yeah, the stutter is like right now. It's almost like 5 stutters per second. It's like truck, 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 truck. But the FPS is great, so there's no input lag. It's just the stuttering. It's not actual like. It's not actual lag. It's just this weird chop. Can I turn flat here? Probably not. At least not on cold tires. Yeah, I'm also very much a VR enthusiast, man. Ooh. Car is still cold tires. Do you guys see the stutter, by the way? Like, how's the experience right now for the stream? Hello. Bye. Alright, let's go. First lap, first flying here. What's the braking zone for one here? Probably like light braking. It's still 2 cold tires. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mercedes. Let's get back to it. The setup from Donington, from Mugello from the last 4 hours that I did. It's so loose. I completely forgot about it. I'm sorry, Giovanni. I guess you didn't expect that.
My ass is just stopping.
So now to spin in turn 1. No stutter for the stream. That's interesting. So if there's no stutter for the stream, it might be something with Steam VR settings for me, because the stutter is only for me, which means on the software side, iRacing is sending the right frames to the display in the monitor, and OBS is picking up the monitor. OBS is not picking up what I'm seeing. So I'm really guessing that this is a just VR settings. Something between Steam VR and big screen is not properly set up. I'm gonna find this out after. Right now I kind of got used to it, to be honest. I don't want to close the stream, so let's just drive like this. And right after the stream I'm gonna see if I can fix it. Just a kiss, yeah. The setup is so oversteery. It turned out to be super fast in the 4-hour endurance we did last week. Just need to get used to it in a new track. Alright, let's try not to spin. A little bit harder braking this time. Almost spun again. A little bit early brakes. Sorry, early throttle. Had to kind of really wait there. So we gotta carry a little bit more speed, but not with the cold tires as they are right now. Starting to feel drivable. Sorry, reading chat. I have to move my chat somewhere else. I gotta figure out a plan for that corner. Because it's not really flat like most cars there. Still a little bit too hot. Gotta actually get a reference there. Also a little bit too hot. Got dive bombed a little kiss there. Let's try to follow this guy. He's P1. Let's go. Come on. Even P1 can do a lap. What did I do? 34? Alright, let's get that down to a 33. Step by step. Can't see the track here. This car is very loose under braking. It might be a little bit too much for this track, because this track has high entries, high speed entries. Mugello also kind of had them. "4 hours super oversteer" doesn't sound like a good combo. Honestly, I was extremely consistent. I was doing like same 10th laps non-stop because it's oversteery, but as soon as you get used to it, it's super smooth, man. You don't force it, it's endurance, you know, taking care of the tires and everything. Okay. Still 34. Yeah, Mugello is indeed a very different track, but I think it's just my driving kind of still getting used to it. Okay, we found 3/10 there. Actually, no, way more than that. Look at that. Figuring out a little bit more the braking references. This one is the one that's oversteering a lot on entry. I think just less braking is fixing. Look at that. Way more smooth there. Oversteer doesn't have to mean more dangerous, as long as you adapt to the driving. Yeah, definitely. On the GT4, you have to rotate the car a lot more with the brakes. Like this. This felt good, for example. There, I barely turned the steering. It was mostly the brakes. Mostly the brakes, and the brakes, and like, what, 5 degrees of steering, the car was essentially turning on its own. That's when you know you really got it right. Okay, we got into the 32s. 2 more seconds to find. Had to avoid being hit by that LMP3, so there goes the lap. Also, the stutters really don't help with catching oversteer or even like just precisely sensing what's happening with the car. I'm mostly relying on the force it back here. Can brake later here. A little bit more entry speed on this one. so that I don't have to load so slowly the throttle like that. This is just a lift. And then braking here. I did brake a lot less than last lap, but the delta is red. Thank you. Nope, he didn't let me go. Let's chase this guy. Turning in too late for the second to last corner. A little bit of understeer actually. Sometimes you're afraid of getting oversteer and you end up getting understeer because of it. Gotta be careful with it. One thing that most people really don't realize is that oversteer happens more when you're relaxed in a way, like less inputs. And understeer happens a lot when you have too much confidence and you overdo the inputs and then the car just refuses them. I'm getting into entry ABS there, understeer, and then I drop the brakes too fast and I'm getting, yeah, exactly, understeer on entry there with too much brakes. Gotta brake a little bit less. Get the car to point more. Starting to feel more comfortable. Still a little bit too early here. This has to be more like a double apex this corner. I wonder how much I can cut this. Less than that. I think it's like 4 tires on the curb. You end up getting a slow down there. Nope, this is not the second to last corner. This is the chicane. It looks so similar. Alright, turn in earlier. And there's a little bit of a hesitation there because like the point where the car understeers or oversteers as I'm turning in is so tiny that I tend to be a little bit afraid of spinning and end up not turning at all. I overheated the tires so much on entry, and I thought I was going to be able to hold it with hot tires, but no. As soon as you overheat the tires in iRacing, you have to be more careful on exit. As soon as you miss... No, I think you can hit the bollards, man. You can hit them. If you try to miss the bollards, you're not cutting enough. I was too late. I was trying to brake at the first apex. Not ideal. This corner is so long, it's insane. I have to carry way more speed on entry. See, I think I hit the bollard there. Didn't get a slowdown. Okay, we found some 210s there. I'm braking too early for this one. Found a little bit more there. Need to put it together. Turn 1 is the one that I'm either spinning or overdriving. Spinning or underdriving, sorry. Yeah, you see, I end up oversteering on the first one. And I end up, because of that, I underdrive the second one, the right-hander. This looks better. This is Osh's Leben. This is the one that I'm getting stuck on the inside. Look at that. Can't do anything. Faster turn in here should help. It looked a little bit better. Good night, man. I wonder if he can legitimately cut that curb. Well, it got off track. It didn't. Alright, so 32.4, 32.2. I can't believe we can do that aggressive on of a double apex there. See, that's what I'm talking about. I could accelerate mid-corner and still re-brake after. Overslowed big time on entry of this long right. Holy peaky throttle trace. Yeah, that's me learning on track, man. Me learning on track, you're gonna see the ugliest steering traces ever. And then the more I learn the track, oh, that's not off track. The more subtle and the more smooth the traces look like. I think that's the process. Another 10th there. This thing is so loose, it's insane. Yeah, I'm on Twitch and YouTube. Wait, I gotta slow down where? Where did I get a slow down? I didn't even feel like I cut anything. Before we start one more lap, I want to kind of change something here real quick. I just want to move your chat because I feel like I have to turn my head. So I'm going to move this here. And I'm going to move you guys to the left a little bit because I feel like I can't read chat while doing the corners. That's not ideal. I want to read the chat while doing the corner at the apex. Come on. It's right here. Alright, I'm gonna put you guys right here. There we go. Now I can drive and talk to you guys at the same time. Perfect, let's go. Is it getting darker again? Let's go. Barely joined the stream. I mean the server. I wonder if, actually I want to test something. Sorry. I'm gonna close the chat and see if the stutters are coming from me having this thing. Because if it's this, that's a big problem because I really want to have you guys with me. Nope, it's not. Good. That is not the source of the problem. That means we can just keep you guys there. Yeah, iRacing UI looks perfect for VR. Like they really got it right. That's for sure. All right, back to driving. See if we can get into the 31 lows here. Being a GT4 this year? Almost. Not necessarily a GT4, but it's close enough. It's close enough. Still trying to understand where I got a slowdown right there. Oh, holy bounce. That right curve there. No. Not ideal. What I can tell you guys right now is that the contract is signed. The dates are set. And the teammate has been chosen. I don't think I'm gonna miss front wheel drive, man. Way more fun to dance around on exits. Found a little bit of time. That feels like a way better line. Just gotta find where to point back for the second apex. Okay, so turning in a little bit quicker into these long corners is a really, really good idea. Breaking too late for this one. Why did the delta go down a little bit? Did I change something? Come on. I want to see the bar. All right, let's go. Yeah, you can definitely run VR on 3060. VR is not necessarily a GPU issue. It's an optimization issue, and that involves a lot of your settings and a lot of your CPU, actually. Hype for you. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. How much can I cut this? It's so weird that this line is actually fast, like going that wide. I wouldn't be surprised if I got the fixed setup and immediately did a 31. The setup is so loose. Found a little bit more there. Too late, change of direction. Still found time though. Too early braking. Not enough track, yay. Okay, we got into the 31s. 31.7. Oh, way more to find. Way more to find. There we go, 2/10 there. Bad exit. Another half tenth. Can't see that entry at all. Okay, that looks better. Ah, overbraked. No. I didn't really need to brake that hard after. Earlier change of direction. Maybe a little bit too early. No. And now too late. Alright, 31.4. It's such a bad lap. That's funny. Getting a little bit consistent, but really not satisfied with that line. Yeah, the limits here are really generous. I was gonna say that. I thought about that, but maybe chat heard my thoughts, because I was like, how am I not getting off tracks here? Meanwhile, I slow down here for just touching that bollard, which is like on the white line. I'm talking too much. Lost 2/10. Okay, don't brake too hard here. Hey! That's for the photographer. Okay, I want you guys to pay attention to something here. Look at how much steering is needed to really turn this car on the hard braking stuff. Like, just look at the steering. On the hard braking, mostly like not low speed corners, but like medium speed corners where you have some hard braking. It's crazy how this car just turns with barely any steering. That last chicane there, I think the last 3 corners. Insane, insane. Like this one, like this one. You barely need any steering. You just brake and you touch the steering to the direction you want to go, and the car just goes. That's an oversteer setup for you. Like this one too. Look at that. How much steering did I need on that beginning? Of course, I add steering after the rear settles, but on the beginning of the turn in, it's almost no steering. Here, you're gonna see more of my steering because I'm barely braking, and you can see how the car is still like very, very loose. This thing is loose. Is the stability control off? Yeah, it is. Should be off. Off is faster. I tried staying tight in turn 2, but I didn't gain a lot of time. Maybe it's the right way, I don't know. I'm right now just trying to carry more speed from 1 and seeing where the car wants to go, and I'm shaping my line from that approach. Maybe staying tight is fast, I just didn't try it enough. I'm struggling with low speed corners. After the car enters that nice oversteer, it just dies and the oversteer disappears and I get into understeer. Overheating the tires. I don't know, man. I'm starting to think this Mugello setup is a little bit too loose for this track, because this track has a lot of medium speed entries, which is weird because we do have that in Mugello, but it's just the corners are not so long. There's just there's one long closing radius at the beginning of the last sector, but there's a compression there. So maybe this track just has a lot of like low grip entries, and for this setup, I'm not finding a way to make it good enough to not overheat the tires. Because the problem is that I overheat the tires, and then there's no grip on the second half of the corner. Missing out on that entry oversteer under the limit. I really gotta start getting some references here. And we try again. Isn't good to force the steering a bit. If I do, I spin, bro. On this setup, if I force the steering here, I spin immediately. Immediately. See, I'm trying staying tight, but it feels like I just have to overslow to get the car there. And I end up losing 2/10 on the entry, compared to my best lap, of course. And not really gaining anything after. I'm the coach. So what, you think coaches don't train? You don't think I have to do laps to be fast? Too fast? I don't know if the stutters disappeared or if I just got used to it. I think this car is too oversteery. Look, I had to correct this car like 5 times there. Little bit too early on power. Got myself a lot of understeer. Slow down. Too much. I'm thinking about cutting that red one. Well, another extra 10th there. It's this setup, man. This setup is too loose for this track. I wonder if just changing the brake bias could help a little bit, because I'm oversteering next to 2, but entry is kind of the cause of everything overheating in the rear. Wondering if that curb jump is good or not. If I can get consistent in this setup, man, I can be consistent in anything. It's insane oversteer. Optimum down to a 2. Literally had time to accelerate in the middle of the corner. That's how much I overslowed that entry. Yeah, it's adjustable. I'm just testing out, like I'm learning this track combo. And I'm using the previous setup that I use in this car, which is pretty loose. But it's maybe a little bit like absurdly loose. That was kind of nice. Braking way too early. Oh, finally that gave me an off track. Did I go to second there? I don't know. Turned in too early, braked too early, throttle too early. Somehow, just 1/10 off. Tires are probably dead at this point. I've been driving the same stint, same set of tires for a long time, since I opened the stream, I think. I'm doing like a full actual stint here. This is lap 22. Maybe if I get a new set of tires, I'm immediately gonna improve my lap time. This thing is so loose. Oh my god. I'm trying changing the bias a tiny bit. So it's at let's go plus 1%. You change the setup early to prevent building a habit with this setup? No, it's fine. I think I can adjust to the car fast. I'm more kind of like getting used to the track because I rarely drive this track. It's almost like I don't know it. I was literally having to like tell myself, okay, this is a triple left or something like that. Braking too early. How much can we cut there? This car is so oversteery on that mid corner that I can't go 100% until I'm like almost completely out of the corner. Sup? How's it going, man? Welcome to some GT4 practice. Mostly for some real life racing. So I'm prepping in VR for that. And I'm trying a very, very oversteery setup right now. That is being kind of ridiculous at this point. Nah, too early in power. The rear tires are done. It's crazy. That's still not enough track. You guys want to bet what's the tire wear when I got back to the pits? I've been driving one since the stream opened. Same set of tires. Five corrections there. Whew. $72, I think it's lower, man. Based on how it feels to drive them, 10%. It's so funny how this is my fastest lap. Did you guys just watch this lap? It was shitty, and I did a 31.3. Longest oversteer of my entire life. I knew I was gonna snap again after. The tire was so overheated. Here's the thing, if you're new to iRacing, you should know that the tire surface temperature is extremely sensitive and it affects the grip immediately. So if you slide on corner entry, there's a very high chance you're also gonna slide again on corner exit because the tires are already overheated and they're gonna have less grip. So if you understeer on entry, you understeer on exit. If you oversteer on entry, you will probably oversteer on exit. Funnily enough, if you oversteer on entry, you can also understeer on exit because when you slide a car, it's not only the rear tires that are sliding, the front tires also slide, especially if you don't correct, right? So a lot of people forget that when you slide the rear tires, you're also sliding the front. So you lose grip overall. So it can oversteer and understeer the same. Just can just feel like shit, you know? Okay, finally gave me a slowdown there. Oh, sorry, an off track. Low fuel? No, I still have 20 laps of fuel. Okay, so here's how I found half a tenth. Just doing the most wrong thing ever. It overheats the tire too much. I was trying to kind of like blip the throttle on entry, especially on that turn 2, the long right. I was literally doing the entry on throttle because the car is so loose that I can actually afford to shift some weight to the rear. And as a bonus, I gained lap time. And the car was still turning a lot. So that's how I gained half a tenth there, doing something that it's kind of supposed to be wrong, but in a super oversteery car, that's kind of the solution. Here I need patience, just like that. Just stay on the trail without adding steering to prevent the understeer. It's like low steering, low trail, and weight. Really helps there. Oh, it's definitely faster to not get that curb. Okay, lesson learned. Not sure about this one though. It also feels faster. The curb really prevents you from benefiting from that compression on the track. Wrong gear. And we keep going, we keep trying. We keep trying some weird stuff. That's late. That's late. That was bad. Just kind of did the same thing there, a little blip in the throttle to gain entry speed, but if I'm doing that, that means I'm doing something wrong before. Also, not ideal to climb that sausage there. Just makes the car completely off camber. Thanks, man. Thanks, Nathan. What specifically are you enjoying about it? Is it the trying weird shit out? There's no way this was green. No way this was green. Did you guys just see this? I got a green delta on that turn 1 too. Too early. Whoa! Thank you, man. Thank you. How's the stream, by the way? Like, how's the VR? Can you guys see everything? Is the frame good? I've been trying different ways to capture VR to make it nice for you guys. Yesterday before the stream, I was asking Dasha to check the screen share to see what she likes and everything, and she ended up choosing this option, which is a little bit less cropped. I mean, more cropped, so you can see more of the middle of the stream instead of like seeing a big FOV, but it's less pixelated, and probably also gonna feel a little bit less shaky, because VR has a lot of shakiness. That was a long oversteer on entry. Better exit, but didn't compensate for it. I need more stabilization. I don't know how I can do that in OBS. I wonder if we could do something. You kind of like the shakiness? Yeah, but how long can you watch this, man? For me, it feels super smooth. So my brain is definitely compensating for it. I mean, it's my own head shaking, right? And I'm not even with motion right now. Motion's off. Imagine with motion. It would be like... Crop it more, but then you can see anything, man. I had to move the mirror down, the delta down. Whew, is that possible? Cutting that curve that much? Not this one, probably. Not this one. This one is not good. Yeah, but how do I stabilize it? I'm screen capturing my display, my monitor. Oh no! I was almost celebrating that I found a 10th, and then that happened. Why am I finding time? FOV is good? Nice. Oh, look, I can see the track. Big slide. I knew I was gonna continue sliding at the exit. Overheated the tires. Oh, now the tires are dead. That was 8 corrections in the last 10 seconds. Ooh. That was clean. See, like, I opened the stream without having done one lap here, guys. And I'm chatting with you, I'm chilling. I'm thinking, I'm an overthinker, yeah, but like I'm chilling. I'm just doing laps and the lap times are going down and it's almost like the amount of effort is the same from the beginning to now. But the lap times keep going down. That's how important it is to just do a lot of laps and really get like, let your subconscious learn some shit. I don't know how many of you follow me on Instagram, but I just posted a video there talking about that specifically. Actually, no, I just edited it. I didn't post it. I'm gonna post it this week. Here, the sun came out again. Ooh, kind of interesting to miss the first apex. Super double apex line. Kind of worked. Not enough track, somehow. Too late braking. There goes my lap. I'm only gonna close the stream when I do a 30. Actually, if I do a 30 and I stay in the 30s, I'm gonna do a race. Do you enjoy driving H pattern? Not really. I actually never raced an H pattern ever before. Alright, okay. Let's try adding more grip to the rear. It's gonna be so funny if I simply do a 30 with no effort. Because look at this. How many how many laps did I do here? Look at that. I did 31 laps on an oversteer setup. I mean, I think I had way too much fuel. That's one thing, right? So let's make some change here. I'm gonna change the blades. I'm gonna add a little bit more grip. Do we need wing? Entry of 1, all this fast stuff kinda could take a little bit of wing. Okay, so I'm not gonna change the ARB. I'm just going to add wing. 2 clicks. 2 clicks of wing. That's it. And then we're gonna decrease fuel. We don't need that much fuel for the race. The officials are like, what? 45 liters? Let's go with 50. 45. I think 45 should be. Do you guys remember anyone driving GT4s here in the officials? I know it's 30 minutes racing, right? God, I don't want to do the calculation in my head right now. Alright, so let's fix the ride height. And let's save this. So, save as 30 minutes. Leben. I think I tapped it right. I spelled it right. 2026 April. May. Whatever, it's May now. Cool. Let's try this setup. See how this goes. No, I'm practicing for real life. Yeah. Falcon is 20? No, I don't think it's 20, man. 20 is the fixed one. I think the open setup is 30 minutes. But yeah, so let's see. We removed a little bit of fuel and we added some wing. Let's see if we can get some some lap time here. What tracks are you driving in real life? I'm driving some tracks in Italy and some tracks in France. Oh, I didn't post it yet. I'm gonna post on Instagram very soon. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm probably gonna post on YouTube as well. Like make a little community post. But what I can tell you right now is that it's in Italy of France. It's a car that's faster than GT4. I'm gonna be teammates with a very famous driver. And starts in June. What else? And that's already a lot of information. This week I'm gonna post it. Like literally tomorrow I'm gonna post it. What I can tell you is that the contract is signed. It's happening. The sponsors are lined up. Well, I can tell you about one of the sponsors actually, which I'm very happy. It's Big Screen. These guys. Very famous. Like Lewis Hamilton famous. Okay, this is the first flying with cold tires and I already feel slightly more grip. Still cold tires though. Or I might be lying to myself that the wing is gonna fix the setup of a low downforce car. I think missing that first apex is indeed the best approach, but after I do that I'm still figuring out like where to trail and so on. I want to have a proper plan for these corners, man. And that comes with laps. I don't know, I feel like that jump there might work. I just gotta hit it right, maybe straight. I'm using the Big Screen Beyond 2 VR headset right now. Whoa! Okay, maybe I'm lying to myself. Maybe I'm lying to myself. The wing is not really... Bro, don't take the stuff that I say literally. It's not like actually as famous as Lewis Hamilton. James Bolt. I would be amazing to race with Kane and Connor Bell. Okay, Green Delta, look at this. Second flying. And it was not great entry. Completely missed the apex. Too much, too much. But I'm feeling that's the right approach. It's like actually carrying so much speed that I have no choice but to double apex that thing. Still doing a lot of corrections, but the lap time is kind of coming. No, it's not an LMP3. I would be practicing on LMP3 if it was, because we have the LMP3 in iRacing. Too early. Damn, pretty tense. Whoa! No, I fucked up. No! Okay. We got into the 31 zeros. We're getting there. Kind of starting to understand what's my problem there. I think it's a setup, man. I keep having to control the balance with the throttle and entry a little bit too early, but at this point the car is already overheating the rears, and then I have no grip on the exit. Again, a billion corrections. No, off track. Green Delta. No, last corner. Huh? Are we in the 30s? Damn, we are. Let's go. Short shifted, lost all my exit speed. Did you guys see the mistake? You guys want to tell me the mistake? I'm gonna say what the emotional mistake was. You tell me what the inputs were. What did I do there? Why did I spin? You guys want to check that? I'm gonna show it here. Chat, coach me. So, what was the mistake here? Let's look at it. Put this in the middle. I want you to tell me what the mistake was. I'm telling you, it's an emotional mistake. Yeah, Florida in the grass. Yeah, that was after the mistake already. I was just not giving up for some reason. I thought I could save it, but that overcorrection here was just like rookie mistake. Immediate 100% throttle. That's a mistake. Yeah, Jordan. That's you. Yeah, I felt like everything was great and that the rotation was good and that I could floor it. I forgot I'm driving one of the most oversteer setups I've ever driven in my life. So like I went straight to 100 here. If I just loaded it up a little bit more slowly, I would have fixed it. That's the problem there. Boom, 100. And I was like a little bit too early, so I didn't really cut enough to the left here. And then I got too early on this curb, and now I'm stuck. I can't turn more. And I think that the fact that I can't turn more gives my brain like, okay, you're not doing anything, do something, you know? And that forced me to accelerate literally a fraction of a second, like, I don't know, 0.2 of a second too early and too aggressively. So bro thought he was driving the MX-5. Yeah, exactly. Oh, end of session? Damn, been driving for an hour and a half. Is that it? Let's do another one. I just got into the 30.9s. Actually, do you guys think I can do a race? I think I'm ready for a race, right? I might need to add more grip to the rear tires, though. So I want to do a few more laps. What time is it right now? That's 2:30. 2:30 a.m. Okay, so yeah, let's. The setup worked, but it might need a little bit more rear, or maybe this is super fast. I just need to swallow it and drive it like that. I don't know. Let's save the replay here because this is kind of interesting. And let's go back. Oh wait, 227. There's a fixed race. Let's do a fixed race. Whatever, guys. Let's do it. Let's do a race here to end the stream. Where is it? Yeah, right here. 2 minutes. Register. Porsche. I have to try the Mercedes actually. But let's do it with the Porsche. It's fine. What are you driving in real life this year? Follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna post it tomorrow. We're gonna announce it tomorrow. Yeah. Not committing to the gas pedal. Bro, it's the complete opposite. I committed to the gas pedal way too early. Yeah, it's 2:30 a.m. where I live because I live in Dubai. Where are you guys seeing here? You're seeing the loading page. Very interesting, very interesting. Yeah, I live in Dubai. It's been over a year, I think. Driving for Cadillac in WEC. Exactly, yeah. And that's why I'm practicing on a Porsche GT4 in iRacing. How do you like Dubai versus Canada and US? Dubai is good. I don't know, man. Like, the US and Canada have way too many different places that you can live. Motorsports wise, US would be better. I actually never lived in the US. Let me make sure this is selected. It seems like makes the stream a little bit more smooth. Okay, all right, guys. I'm gonna add a little bit more grip on the rear tires, just a little bit. I don't know how. Let's see. Oh, it's a fixed setup. Oh, damn! I was practicing on a super oversteer setup, and now we're driving on a fixed setup. No idea how that's gonna affect the driving, but it's difficult to say. I think Dubai-wise, it's super easy to live here because everything works, and there's no like extensive public transport, but car-wise, if you own a car here, it's kind of amazing. Of course, there's traffic, but it's not as bad as Toronto traffic. It's not as bad as Montreal traffic. It's not as bad as Florida traffic. I actually don't know if Florida has traffic. Maybe Miami has traffic. But the fact that it's like I live 15 minutes from the track and I coach all the time and I live literally in the middle of the world, right? Like I was coaching in Japan 2 days ago. I just landed from Japan because I'm a coach there at the Ferrari Challenge. I have one of my students driving in the Ferrari there. So I fly there, I fly back. I want to race in Europe, I fly to Europe, I fly back. I want to race in the US, I fly to the US, I fly back. So like I'm kind of like on the middle, which is very convenient for a racing driver. How does IRL coaching work? I fly there. It's a whole weekend. I fly there and I'm there with you the whole weekend. Damn, I'm talking so much. I lost the practice of talking a lot on the stream. My throat is like, bro, you're talking too much. The daily car spotting is, bro, I live on a building where, like, I think I'm the only person here who doesn't have a car. But the neighborhood here, like, it's Lambos and Porsches and Ferraris and like everything. You see everything. It's like a normal thing. I don't even get impressed anymore. And it's funny because the Lambo has an engine sound that cuts through every sound of other cars. So you hear Lambos all the time. I live in the 26th floor, and I hear Lambos all the time because wherever they are, the sound cuts through everything and goes straight to your ear. Let's practice a little bit on this setup here. I can drive the car if you want. I generally don't drive. If it's here in the UAE, because I'm already super used to the track and everything, I drive. Depends a lot. If the student wants me to drive, I drive. Like in the Ferrari right now, I'm not driving. I'm just coaching in the sim, and then I'm there analyzing telemetry, and I'm in the radio with him during the race. Like I'm actually spotting for him during the race as well. So I'm a coach, but at the same time, I'm a spotter. I'm with you on the radio the whole weekend for practice. I tell you what to try before the corner, after the corner. We have live streaming feed on my monitor, so I'm literally watching you drive in real time. It's almost like I'm coaching you in Discord. So I'm like a racing engineer and a coach. Most of my students really like having me as a spotter as well because they kind of understand how I communicate things and I understand how they're going to react to things I say. So for example, this last weekend, my student actually won the 2 races, and on the last race it was really hard. And he was being attacked all the time. It was Okayama in the Ferrari Challenge. And I told him exactly what to do. Like, bro, get the best exit possible out of 4. And it's okay to defend on turn 5. He's not going to do anything on turn 5. But don't defend on turn 4. Because if he does that, like, you're going to get a bad exit. And then he's going to pass you on turn 5. So this kind of stuff is among the instructions that I give as a race spotter. And then during the test session in quali, we're mostly obviously talking about the driving style, the setup. I also made setup decisions for him. He was struggling with the car a lot, and he was struggling to communicate exactly what was the issue, so we had to go through the telemetry, and we figured out that we could change a little bit of the rear bar. So I gave the call to change the bar, and he found 1 second immediately. So this is the kind of stuff that we do in real life. Yo, 2020, let's go, man. You were like one of the first. Thank you for the trust. Alright, we're gonna do quali here. I have no idea how this setup feels, but let's go. I just want to tell you that I don't promise anything. I practice with a super oversteer setup on this combo. Never drove this combo before. And now we're driving on the fix. This feels super understeer compared to that thing. Oh my god. Still turns though, it still turns. Turn-ish. This one I can smash the throttle like this, look at that. Alright, quality time. It's a new setup. Let's see what we can do. I short shifted to her. What's up, Trev? Good. Whoa, this thing doesn't turn on the high-speed stuff. This is really bad. Okay, okay. Oh, I missed my setup. I missed the oversteer setup so bad right now. I just changed the brake bias 3% because this thing doesn't turn. Damn, that was really bad. Such a weird line that kind of worked. Come on, turn, bro. No. I'm gonna start last. Woo! Thought I was gonna be an off track. Yeah, that's really bad. Really bad. We're only half a second off. Yeah, we're half a second off. Couldn't really adapt to the understeer setup this time. I really missed my setup on the high-speed stuff. Yeah, 6/10 off. I'll take that. I also have to check what car they drove. Because the last weeks I drove with the Porsche, I was actually way slower, and then I switched to the Mercedes and I started winning all races. Look at that, I'm finding time here just talking to you guys. Yeah, this car you can really send it with this setup. Oof. It's so funny how I have PTSD from my own setup. I have to force this car more. And I'm not forcing. Yo, Brian. I mean, I have to remember it sometimes, bro. No matter how much you oversteer on entry and overheat the rears, this thing is still gonna understeer on exit with the setup. Look at that, smashing the throttle. I'm using the custom cushion, man. I can't read your name because it's very dark. I don't know, man. That's what I would like, honestly. I'm gonna see if there's a way to stabilize only for the stream, because for me the experience is amazing. So I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Is there any way to stabilize a screen capture from a monitor in OBS? That would be something amazing. Maybe someone did some sort of plugin or something. But stabilization generally costs a lot of CPU, GPU. Like even in Premiere Pro, if you want to stabilize something, like you have to wait for it to re-render things. You can't really do it like real-time preview. So it's I would say it's unlikely that we would find some sort of OBS plugin that could optimize stabilization for a scene or for a source. Gyrocam. Imagine getting a gyrocam here so that it sends the data to OBS and OBS automatically adjusts the position. Your base. What's up, man? We're gonna do a race here with like an hour and a half of practice on a very oversteer setup, and now we are doing a race in the fixed.
Good luck, guys. Let's have fun.
Fixed series with a very understeer setup. Oh, see, I told you. Look, Mercedes, Mustang, Mercedes, 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 me. Oh no, sorry, that's a Porsche. Wait, where am I? Oh no, I qualified. Yeah, I qualified because I'm not in the grid. Stupid. I'm the first Porsche. Second account that spectates live on board. That's too much work. I never drove Project Motor Racing, I have no idea. We expect to be fighting for the podium. That's a stretch. You like my heartbeat impression? Look at that. Bro, chill. This track is very dirty, yeah. How much fuel do I have? 51. Okay, so 50 was actually pretty spot on. Oh, but that's I don't know. I think they have way too much fuel for this race. It's a 20-minute race. This track is so dirty. All right, Brian. Thanks, man. See ya. Go get gold, man. Here you go, guys. Now I have to drive and learn this under series setup. This is the big screen beyond too, man. Overreacted. Could have passed that guy too. I was gonna be P3. Somehow I'm getting this car to turn a lot on the medium to low speed corners. Here I'm just serious.
Oh, that was terrible move, sorry.
And I hate this corner. Logitech G! The back of that car, let's go! Let's get a Delta. Session best was a 31.7.
You have no best fuck. Ma puta.
feel like I'm overslowing so much because of this guy. Okay, now he picked up the pace. Never mind. It sucks if you have to overslow there because of the car, because then your line makes no sense. Kind of want to try the Mercedes, man. That was weird. Damn, talk about light hands on this exit. I'm barely touching the steering. Yeah, I feel like I drive with actual just the two, like the pinky and the ring finger on my right hand on that exit. Yeah, I got a better exit out of two, so I was like, okay, that's my chance.
Struggling a lot with this corner on this setup. Okay, we're P3. P1 and P2 are super fast. Should get some more pace, I guess. Practice. I'm using 13 right now, Newton meters. I don't know, man. I feel like there's time to give a little blip there, optimally. I had a short shift here. Okay, the Delta didn't complain. Woo! Salve, Romano. I'm using Race Labs overlay just for the standings. That's the only one. It's just for the stream. I don't have anything right now. With iRacing having like, okay, I'm talking too much. With iRacing having its own driver inputs, I don't use anything else now for myself. Why am I braking so early there? Wow. Okay, I can be way faster. This last sector was bad because I was reading chat. I mean, light hands for a gym rat, right? Definitely not a gym rat though. I try. Okay, that was the fastest for sure, and I didn't get back on power in between. Oh, that was like 5 corrections to save the car. Radar lateral eu uso só o espelho. No, it's okay, man. It's my duty to read chat only on the straights. A lot of weighting on the throttle. Tiny bit too early on power. Little fuck it line there. Oh, almost spun. Somehow I'm getting this car to oversteer now. Just at low speed it turns a lot. High speed it sucks. I'm actually keeping up with P1. This is good. Gap was 8, now it's 7.9. Lines are starting to become clean now. Nice, nice, nice. Damn, I just got an off track. At the last corner? $30.9. Okay, let's go. That's a 0.7 incoming. Best one lap was 0.6 from P1. Oh no, the traction control on the last. Yeah, P1 just did a 31.1. I did a 30.7. Let's go. That was bad.
Well, that was karma, mate.
Yeah.
You're on 14x and you still want to look like this. You earned it.
You think the Porsche is trash in this track? That's very good to know. It's very, very good to know.
Get the swell!
Overslowing so much in the second entry. It's dark now. Nice, Jonathan. Let's go, man. Damn, it's so dark. All right, P3. Let's go. Nice. Try the Beamer. I like the Mercedes. I wonder if the Mercedes would be good. That was pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty fun. Connor mogs you. What? Has no front end. Yeah, I mean, I was able to make it turn, just not on the high speed stuff and high speed exits. That's where I was struggling a little bit. I moved the brake bias back 3% and it really helped. But yeah, my lap times, I did a 30.7 at the end, and P1 was doing 31s at the end, 30.9998876. So as soon as I got used to the car on this fixed setup, which was way later, I got into the 30s, which is funny enough. I was really catching up at the end. So like the Porsche might be fast, I don't know, but if I'm doing this and you're saying that the Mercedes is faster or actually the Porsche is trash, then maybe I can do slightly better lap times. Let's see. Sweat is a nerd. I agree with myself. What's your favorite cars to drive? I don't have any, man. I like everything. Let's look at the pass. I think I did a little pass here. Very, very simple. Let's look at the start, actually. Maybe the start has something interesting. What did I do? I think it was a very, very straightforward. Yeah, very straightforward start. Nothing too special. Some shit show happening back there. This guy almost lost the rear, easy pass. Then something else happened because I finished P3, so I have to pass at least one more or two more. What did I do with this guy? I remember only actually passing one guy. Oh yeah, this guy died. What did he do? Oh damn, he really went wide. That wasn't him. It was the guy behind. Overcorrected. No light hands. Leonardo Faria. Brasileiro. No light hands. Cadê a mão leve, pô? Oversteered. Grabbing the steering. Overcorrected. Active counter steer. You. Very, very easy to judge. I know. I'm not trying to be arrogant or anything. I actually lost this car. I lost the car like that today, so it's not easy to save. But I think it was the main reason here was to grab the steering a little bit too hard on cold tires, and then yeah, this is where I could have passed him. I could have passed him here. You know how? Look, I know this guy is not getting a good exit. I should have just waited a little bit more to actually get the apex here. But I tried to get back on power too early without getting the apex. And because of that, I'm tracking out where he is. So now I can't do anything. I had to actually... I was like... on throttle. Like, look at my throttle trace here. So ugly. To be honest, I kind of was going wide too. But I think I just have... If I just waited a little bit and got there, right there, it would have been a pass right there after. Yeah, I agree with Gustavo. It's a very raw car. Not a lot of downforce. Good enough power to play with it. The M2 is also... I think the M2 kind of also behaves like this. The series, the GT4. This guy was slowing me down a little bit, but I didn't know exactly how to pass him because I don't have a lot of experience in this track, right? So I was like studying him a little bit and thinking, where's the place that I'm going to pass? So, because you see here, like I get a better entry. If you get a better entry, but you get stuck behind him, you're not going to pass. I have to wait to get on power. Now he gets back on power. He gets a better exit, and I can't do anything, right? So a lot of the entries, I was gaining on him, but just not able to set up a pass. So I had to practice like changing a little bit my line and trying to get a better exit and seeing if it would work. And where did I do it in a way that worked? I was waiting for him to make a mistake or something and trying to get a better exit enough to really pass him here. You can see me really going super wide, carrying a lot of speed, going wide to try to get a better exit. And then here, understeered a lot because of the setup. Couldn't do anything, right? Lost time. Fine. Here, got to him early. Can't get a better exit. Okay, let's keep trying. Let's keep trying. Nothing. Maybe here. Can we dive bomb here? We would need a way better exit here. But he's doing that corner well. So, no. Can't be here. Kind of doing his line there. And we keep trying. I'm getting closer and closer. Until... Damn, that was a lot of laps. But until... That's it. I'm like, okay. If I want to pass this guy, it has to be on a hard braking zone, and I have to get a better exit before. So, the solution is to try to carry more speed on this one here. And focus on a super late apex and try to carry more speed on the exit. Aggressive. And now I'm close enough. To try something. And then I'm like, okay, let's just go for it. Last minute, kind of like spooking him a little bit. Right before the braking zone. To distract him. To make him nervous. To make him think. Worked. Now he's like, damn, he's going. And I'm going. And I go. And that's it. That's the pass. So you can see that, like, to make a pass in a polite way, you know, like, I'm on a Smurf account. I'm not supposed to ruin anyone's race. So I studied him. I knew I was not going to catch P2 and P1 at this point. Like, maybe in the next races, now that I kind of got used to the setup, or maybe in the open setup series with my super loose setup, I could try something more aggressive and try to win the race. But here, I knew that he was essentially my only opponent. So I was like really taking my time to study him and to make a proper pass without, being too aggressive. And that worked. And the way to do that is to get a better exit on the corner before. The better your exit on the corner before, the safer your pass will be. And here, a little bit of a mind punt, like just to get him awake. And then made the pass. A little bit of a mid-corner throttle there, just trying to gain some track position. And then full exit. I was clear, and that's it. Isn't Mercedes that fast on the straight, or am I crazy? Wait. That might be an internet thing, but this guy really caught up here. Yeah, he had a slightly better exit, but it just feels like he gains even more after. Right now I'm 128. He is 129, 120, 133, 132. 1 kilometer difference, and then here 167. I'm 64, bro. Yeah, there's a little bit of draft, but he definitely gained more speed on the exit. I have to try the Mercedes. He was not that faster on the exit. He was 1 kilometer faster on the exit. Yeah, maybe the draft is that strong too. But I definitely want to try the Mercedes because everyone in the top 5 was driving a Mercedes. There was one Mustang in P2. I think there was a Mustang in P2, right? Yeah, Mustang must be also fast. I should try that. Anyways, it was a good practice. The reason I am driving more GT4 and I should stream a little bit more and drive more, and I might make some YouTube videos racing, is that I'm racing a very similar car to GT4 in real life this year. I already signed the contract. We're going to make the announcement on Instagram very soon. And why am I still wearing these, man? I can just talk to you guys without the headset. There you go. Yeah, I'm driving very soon in real life, so we gotta do some laps. And yeah, just wanted to do it with your company. Anyways, guys, thank you. I'm gonna leave right now. It's 3:20 a.m. right now here in Dubai. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you soon. Thank you.